Hi guys, this is Keerti, a biomedical engineer. Have you ever noticed that one machine in a hospital, when you visit a hospital near your bedside, that shows heart rate, oxygen level, blood pressure, temperature, everything at once? That device is constantly tracking a patient's vital in real time. But how does it actually work? In this session, I'll break it down in a very simple way, from a sensors to signal processing, so you can understand clearly for exams and real world applications too. Let's get started. Before getting into a full video, please subscribe to our channel Mr. Biomedical and press the bell icon so that you will not miss our upcoming videos, and share it with your friends also. Now let's understand what a multiparameter patient monitor is. It's an electronic device which is used in where? Hospital, to continuously measure and monitor and display a patient's vital signs in a real time. In simple words, it shows important parameters of a patient like a heart rate, oxygen level, blood pressure, everything in one screen. One important feature is continuous monitoring, which can be either invasive or non-invasive. It also displays waveforms and gives alarms when a value goes abnormal. If your heart rate or an oxygen saturation level goes abnormal, it will give alarm. That is why it is widely used in ICU, operation theatre and emergency ward. It is also commonly called as a bedside monitor or a vital sign monitor. It is called bedside monitor because usually it is placed near the bed. That's why it's called a bedside monitor. Now let's look at the important parameters which are measured by a patient monitor. First one is ECG or a heart rate. It shows the electrical activity of a heart and gives heart rate in a beats per minute. And second one is SpO₂. This indicates the oxygen level in the blood using a pulse oximeter. Then blood pressure monitor. It measures systolic and diastolic and mean pressure values. It is measured through NIBP. NIBP is non-invasive blood pressure. And next one is temperature. Temperature is also monitored continuously to track body condition. And then respiration rate shows how many breaths a patient can take per minute. And finally, EtCO₂. It measures the carbon dioxide level during exhalation, which helps in monitoring ventilation. All these parameters together give a complete picture of a patient's health. Few patient monitor will have either a 3 of this parameter or 5 of this parameter, 8 of the parameter. It is up to the brand. Now let's understand the block diagram. First is patient. Patient's physiological signals are captured using a sensors. This stage is called signal acquisition. The next stage is if the signals are very weak, so they are amplified and filtered in a signal conditioning stage to remove noise. So first we'll acquire the signals from the patient, then we'll remove the noise. Then is analog signals are converted into digital using an ADC. ADC means analog digital converter and processed by a microcontroller or a processor. Finally, the processed data is displayed on the monitor screen as waveforms and numerical values. The system also gives alarm if any parameter goes beyond the normal limit. So the flow is simple: signal capture, process and display. First capture the signal, process and display the signal. So here the working principle is same as what we saw in a block diagram. Is signal acquisition, then process the signal, then convert it into analog to digital conversion, then display it. That's okay. Let's look at the sensors used in a patient monitor. First one is ECG electrodes. Why ECG electrodes are used? It is used to detect the electrical activity of a heart. These are placed on chest. Then comes the blood pressure sensor. Here the cuff is wrapped around the arm, and using the oscillometric meter, it measures the pressure changes in the artery. It is a NIBP, means non-invasive blood pressure cuff. Then comes the pulse oximeter. It is placed on the finger and uses red and infrared light to measure oxygen level in the blood. And the tip is, while we are going to hospital, no, we should not wear nail polish and all. If we wear nail polish, the pulse oximeter might show a different value. Finally, the temperature sensor. It usually a thermistor or a thermocouple that measures body temperature continuously. So each sensor is designed to capture a specific physiological signal from the patient. Now let's understand the signal processing in a multiparameter patient monitor. First is filtering. The signal from the body contains noise. So filters are used to remove these unwanted signals and keep only useful information. Next is amplification. Since biosignals are very small, amplifiers increase their strength to measurable levels. Then comes the feature extraction. It is the important features like heart rate, QRS complex and oxygen level are identified from the signal. Finally, alarm logic. The system compares this value with the normal limit. If anything goes abnormal, it gives an alert. So signal processing ensures accurate and reliable monitoring of a patient. Next comes the applications. First, it is used in ICU and CCU. What is ICU and CCU? Intensive care unit and critical care unit. They continuously monitor critically ill patient and give immediate alert if the condition is worsened. Next, in operation theaters. They are used during a surgery to track the patient's heart rate, oxygen level and blood pressure to ensure that the patient is safe. And in emergency situation and ambulances, portable monitors help doctors to track the patient during transport. And finally, in home care, telemedicine. In our modern wireless monitors allows doctor to monitor patient remotely. So these devices play a very important role in both hospital and home healthcare. Now let's see the advantages and limitations of a multiparameter patient monitor. First, the advantages. It can monitor multiple parameters at the same time, helps the doctors to get a complete picture of a patient's condition. It allows early detection of a serious problem and provide continuous real-time data. Alarm system improves patient safety, reduces the need for multiple separate devices. Now, limitation. These systems are expensive and require regular maintenance. Sometimes patient movement can create a noise and a false alarm. It also needs trained personnel to operate separately, and incorrect sensor placement can affect accuracy. So, while it's very useful, proper handling is important for a reliable result. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share this with your friends and subscribe to our channel and comment down your doubts. Thank you.